Hey, we should do a podcast.
When?
I don't know.
I don't have the time.
So I was like, this is taxation without representation. Damn it. But guys, we are back for another fantastic episode of the Nick Squared podcast. It has been a long time.
Yeah, it's been months.
It's been months. It's been a long time. Life's been a little different these last few months. As you can tell, we're recording, but we are not together.
Yeah, I'm outside.
And I'm inside
You're
of the same house. Do what?
You're probably gonna hear some cars go by.
Yeah, probably. That's okay. It adds to the ambience, I think. No, man, life's been wild these last couple of months.
Yeah.
A lot has changed. A lot has changed. You lost a foot.
You said what? You lost a foot?
No, you lost a foot, and then you found a foot. It just looks surprisingly exactly like your other foot.
Yeah, I lost a foot. That's right. I thought when you said lost, I thought you meant we both lost feet, and I thought it was a coincidence that you had two.
No, did not lose feet. But um I have a huge grievance real fast, and then we'll get into what everyone's been going through.
Sure.
And I've got to get this off my chest. So my Facebook got hacked like a week ago, right? Have you ever
Yeah.
gone through that experience before?
No.
So I have
I,
not.
all I had to do was change my password.
So like I went to sleep Wednesday and I woke up Thursday morning and everything was gone. Facebook was gone. It said, "Hey, your account got had some suspicious activity and it has been blocked." And I said, "Okay, this happens. Like this has got to happen to people." And it said, "Hey, if you want to get your account back, click here." So I clicked that and it says, "Hey, do you think your account's been hacked?" And I said, "Yes, I think my account's been hacked." I had a different username, different picture. Everything was different from what I could see on my end. And it said, "Okay, um, give us your email." And it filled out these forms. And so I'm filling out these forms. And it takes me from that page to another page to a third page. And then it says, "Okay, submit this final page and we'll review it." And I submitted it. And they said, "Oh, no, your account hasn't been hacked. Your account has been disabled. You need to fill out this form for a disabled account that we're going to review it." So it goes through another three forms. So I fill out this form, it goes to here, goes to here. And I get to that form and it said, "Okay, submit." And I submit, and it said, "Your account has been permanently disabled for violating something." And it says, if you want to contest this, you have 30 days before everything's permanently deleted. 15 years of your life, all the pictures, everything's deleted, 30 days. And I said, okay, I clicked that form and it said, "Well, why was your account banned? Was it because you posted something and you review the guidelines, or do you think your account was hacked?" And so I think my account was hacked. And it said, okay.
Right.
It just looped it right back around. Oh, so about my fourth time going through the carousel of just maddening anger, I finally just came to terms that I was going to lose it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to lose it. It's going to be gone forever. And then I spent probably 2 hours searching for some sort of contact for Facebook. There's no way to contact Facebook
No.
unless you have a Facebook. Every contact said, "Oh, you want to fix your account? Log in." And I'd go, "Okay, cool." I'd log in. It says, "You can't log in. Your account's been banned." And I said, I need help getting my account unbanned. And they would say, "Okay, well, log in and we'll help you." I'd go to log in again and be like, "Hey, no, your account's been banned." And I was like, "Stop. Just someone help me." Um, and so I went just round and round for like 3 days. And apparently, the guy that hacked my account, who was pinging off of someplace in Missouri or was from Missouri, he apparently had better luck than I did, and he got my account turned back on. And I got the notification that my account was back on, So I immediately logged in, kicked him off, and then changed everything. Two-step verification, facial recognition, changed, updated everything. I had already done that to all my emails. I did that to everything. And then got it all back. And Facebook was like, congratulations, your account's back. Everything looks good. And I said, whew. And then it said, wait a minute. Looks like some weird activity. We think your account might have gotten hacked. We're going to go ahead and lock your account. If you would like to unlock your account, please fill out this form. And then
That's,
I fill out the form, and then they say, yep, your account's been hacked. You need to verify who you are. And I said, okay, no problem. If anybody can prove they're me, it's me. And they said, well, we need an email address. And I said, okay, here's my email address. And they said, no, a different one that's not connected to Facebook. I said, all right. So I made an email address. And so I've made a new email address. And they said, but wait a minute, that one's not connected to your Facebook. And I said, that's what you
what do you
told
got?
me. You told me it needs to not be connected. So we have to connect it to Facebook. So they connected it to Facebook. And they said, we need a picture of your driver's license. So I sent a picture of my driver's license. They said, we need a selfie of you. Send them a selfie of me. And then they said, we need a selfie of you holding a piece of paper with this code, has to be handwritten, and we have to see your hand. It took an hour to get it turned back on. And I said, thank you. Thank you for helping me get all this done. But why was it so easy for my account to get taken over, but so hard for me to take it back?
Yeah.
Like, did this guy send you a selfie of himself? Does he look like me? Like, what's up with this? And then they said, stuff happens. Have a nice day.
That's how everything is now, though.
But you just can't get a hold of anybody anymore?
Look, I don't agree with baby boomers a lot, but I'm with them on this. I just want to talk to a person sometimes.
I will say I was screaming at my phone. Is there a human I can talk to?
I did have the exact opposite experience with a
You hacked
so
somebody's account?
no, I pre-ordered the new Mortal Kombat game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to get a code in your email for the beta to log in to play the beta, right? I never got it, and I'd messaged WB, like Warner Brothers. I was like, I need that beta code. They're like, oh, all right, here's one. I was like, oh, that was easy.
You actually got to talk to the CEO at Warner Brothers, who just happened to be hanging out.
And his
and his brother. Oh my goodness. But that was my big grievance over the last couple of weeks. It was just infuriating.
yeah. But you're back. You're back on Facebook.
I'm
So
back
your
on
dad
Facebook.
on getting mined.
Do what now?
Your data can just keep on getting mined. Congratulations.
Keep on keeping on. So I didn't. I will say I had something really cool happen to me today that came on the tail of something really uncool happening yesterday.
Huh?
So we had family pictures taken. And you've met my oldest son Noah. He's autistic. And while we were taking pictures, the photographer had never met Noah before, and so we were outside, and me being outside, it's very easy for me to get distracted. So for Noah, it's the same thing, and he picked up some sticks or some grass. He picked up something, and so he was fiddling with it, and the photographer was like, "Hey, um, put it down. We're going to take more pictures. Whatever they're doing." And I said, hold on, just let him finish real fast. So he finished, put it down, and then big old cheeses, just big smiles. And she kind of gave us like a quizzical look, like, what was up with that? And we said, oh, he's autistic. And she went, oh, I'm sorry. Right? Like, just I gotta.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
So immediately, uh, I don't think he noticed it. He didn't seem to react to it, but immediately we were like, "Oh, this is awesome! It's awesome!
Mine's off camera here.
Do what?
My daughter's holding signs to me off camera, trying to communicate with me.
Is it
No,
popsicle time?
I guess so. Go get a popsicle
I love pops. Give me one too, please.
or a frozen Go-Gurt,
Oh,
please.
what?
Ariel put the Go-Gurts in the freezer.
Let's talk about that for why.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Anyways,
Anywho,
but so we of course responded that we love it, wouldn't want them any other way. It's nothing
yeah,
to say, oh, I'm sorry. Like it's not that. Um, and I've been
I
kind of do what?
I really would. If someone said, "Hey, we found a cure," I wouldn't even.
No, wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it. Um, there's nothing to cure.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
and so I've been kind of sitting on that today. And I'm at work. And I'm talking with some of the other managers at work. We're on the floor, and this lady walks by, and she's probably got a like 16, 17-year-old son with her, older teenager. Um, guy walks past us, turns around, he gets about 10 feet past us, turns around, looks at me, and just we lock eyes. He walks up and just beelines straight for me in the crowd, in the group, and probably gets a foot away from me. I mean, foot from my nose, where we're here. And he stops, gives me one of these. I wave back. He smiles, kind of shrugs, and the mom's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Hey, you're fine, you're fine." And we wave. He waves as he walks away, and we go back to the meeting, and they're looking at me. And one of the other managers go, "Dude, like he sniffed you out. Like he, out of everybody here, he came to you." And when I was telling my wife about that, she said, "Oh, well, he knows he's safe." And my daughter was like, "He knows he's loved." And it just from yesterday, "Oh, I'm sorry," to today, I'll take today.
Yeah,
I'll take the love. I'll take the waves if that's what
that,
it gets me. Do what?
that sounds magical.
It was a magical moment. Made up for yesterday. And
Yeah, I
honestly,
was robbed earlier today, so you got to take the good with the bad.
I
So
totally goes back. So, did you see what happened in Atlanta this past, like I guess this week?
what?
So I saw bits and pieces of it. Nobody get your news from us. We believe in lizard people and stuff. No, we don't. Earth's flat. Um, but apparently they were doing, I guess, like a drag show.
Hmm?
Well, I guess not an official one. One of those things that you just like show up and start doing like donuts in the street, and people like cheer and record you or whatever.
Wait, when
This,
you say drag, you mean like drag racing?
yes, like
Oh,
like
drag show.
uh, just a bunch of people at flash drag show. People start cheering. um,
Those are.
I said it's
Uh,
probably happened still, but anyways, so guys in like a lifted truck, I guess like doing donuts or doing like some racing, and big crowd get around him. Well, GSP shows up, and the
like
guy decides to run away. Do what?
GSP, like the fighter. Who are you talking?
Yeah,
I
Georgia
know you're
State Patrol. Oh, good.
trying to throw you off.
Oh, well, he threw me off. It's like, who's GSP? And then I forgot George St. Pierre. Um, but so the cops show up and the guy decides to flee, and it's all on film. Dude runs over a few people. Yeah. Doesn't get far. Cop slams into him. Cop jumps on the hood of his own car, pulls him out of the window, pins him to the car, and cuffs him. Cool scene. Cop got him. No issues. Somebody took a picture, and the suspect, innocent till proven guilty, the suspect, he did it, is on his face on the hood of the car. Cop is kneeling over him, looking out over looking around. Just a heroic picture. Looks amazing. The police department got a hold of the picture and is now circulating that as their advertisement. And they're like, "Want to join the police? Submit your application online." It's this beautiful picture.
That's golden.
And I was like, "You just got to make magic out of the bad situations."
That's splendid. That's what kids that want to be cops when they grow up. That's what they think about every day. Is like, I'm going to do that. I got to do it.
Just gonna yank somebody out of a car.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. But no, it's I think you were right though. It's got a few little magical moments because I mean it's been a rough couple of months,
Hmm. Hmm.
or at least different.
Well, everything is triple in price this year.
There's
Um,
that.
my money is worth a third of what it once was.
Yes.
Um,
A few years ago, my house might as well have been an Amazon hub. Boxes coming and going, ordering stuff. You made money, you could spend money. Um, and then everything went up in price. And now we're buying 1-ply toilet paper, and the kids are like, I don't like it. I'm like, fold it over. It's 2-ply now. Quit complaining.
yeah.
So,
Here's the downside of that is that me and my wife both work full time. Um, and we are spending all of our time at work, and it feels like it's for less and less. It's less worth it every day, you know?
yeah.
And I think everybody's feeling that right now.
A few years ago, I noticed something. Now, we're into our fair share of conspiracy theories, I know, but we'll just say coincidence for this one. Um, so I get, you and I get we get yearly raises, and it's a percentage. Um, and it's several years ago, I got my yearly raise, and it was a percentage. And they were like, you did good. Here's your percentage, whatever it was. And I said, awesome. And they said, now it's time to do your taxes and insurance and all that. I said, oh, all right. And my taxes, insurance, dental, life insurance, short term, long term, all of that went up slightly. And it was very odd how it went up almost the exact same amount as my annual raise. And I was like, hey, wait a minute.
Like they all know.
They're like, oh, you got an extra $50. Congratulations. Sad news, your dental went up $50.
So people that don't know, I work for one of the most famous retailers in the world. They employ the most people. So it's like every time that they get a raise, it's like every landlord in the country finds out and raises the rent by that much. It's
Yep.
insane.
No, we got the notification. So we bought our house. And we got the notification that we reevaluated your house for tax purposes. And anytime the government reevaluates for tax purposes, I've never gotten a check.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, it's never and everybody go, oh, you've been paying too much. Here you go.
it's never been that. So I waited, and then I got it in the mail, and they're like, yeah, your property taxes went up by a couple thousand this year. And I was like, a couple, like thousand? And they were like, yeah, you made some pretty nice improvements to the property. And I was like, I didn't do anything. I haven't even been cutting my grass regularly. What are you talking about? It looks abandoned half the time. I'm dirty. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they were like, well, if you wanna fight this, there's a form you can fill out. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't agree with the assessment. Can I see this form? And they're like, yeah, here's the form. And they're like, oh, you got to pay to submit the form. And I was like, that's weird, but okay. So what happens? And they said, well, you see, we sent a tax assessor out to look at your property the other day. And I was like, well, nobody came to my door. And they said, oh, they just drive around. I was like, so they didn't even stop and like get out of the car. They just drove around. And they were like, so you submit this form and you pay the fee, and we redo the tax assessment. And I said, okay, what does it look like the second time? And they said, well, the same guy that came the first time gets notified that you're fighting it, and then he has to come back out and do it a second time.
Drive around again.
So I was like, so he finds out that I said he didn't do his job, and he's got to come back out and do the same thing a second time. And they're like, yeah, and he might find that he didn't go up high enough. And I was like, yeah, something tells me that's exactly what's going to happen. I guess I'm just paying the taxes.
Then and your Facebook account has to be up to date too. You have
Yes.
to that it's not hacked.
Yeah, then I had to go through all those forms again, and the government apparently it's all the same thing. Oh, you want to fight the taxes? Fill this form out and bloopity bloop.
Yeah,
Ever,
Facebook's in the government at this point.
ever tell you about the so Georgia, for those of our listeners that are not in Georgia, oh, what is the name? The ad valorem tax. Isn't that what it's called?
Maybe.
When you buy a vehicle, you can pay do I?
Yeah, it's that.
That one. So you when you buy a vehicle, you have the option to pay like all the taxes on the vehicle at purchase. Um, well, we found a vehicle in Atlanta, and we drove to Atlanta, looked at the vehicle. They had their pricing on it, um, and we bought it. And it was at the time when the ad valorem tax first came out, and so they said, "Hey, we paid like $7,000 for the vehicle." And they said, you got to pay that ad valorem tax. And I said, perfect, paid the taxes, drove away with the vehicle same day. Later on that week, we go to the tag office because you have to get your license and go to all that because they give us a temporary tag. So we go to the license, and the dealership we bought it at said it would be like 15, $20. Like you just pay the tag fee. So we get there, and the lady's, typing away, and she goes, it'll be $170. And we were like, no, 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 we did the new ad valorem thingy. Like we paid the taxes. And she goes, hold on. Oh, okay, I see the problem. You paid the taxes on the $7,000. Yes. So I bought the vehicle for $7,000. I paid taxes. The government took their money. And she goes, you see, the vehicle, we value the vehicle at $14,000. And I was like, okay, yeah, like it's valued more than what I paid for it. I got a good deal. I haggled, and it was not a desirable vehicle. And she goes, yes, so you owe us the remaining taxes on the value of the car, not on what you paid. And I said, wait, hold on, what? And she was like, you owe us taxes on the money you saved from not having to pay MSRP. And all right, that's ridiculous, but I think we were pregnant with our second child. We needed a second vehicle. I was like, it is what it is. We'll just pay it. And she goes, 195, please. I was like, wait. Why did it go up? And she's like, sales tax, 7% sales tax.
You're paying taxes on taxes?
I was paying tax. So I went full revolution. I was like, do what?
She didn't sell you anything.
She didn't sell me anything. And I got mad. Amber had to pull me out of there because I was like, this is taxation without representation.
Up your "Don't tread on me" flag.
I started getting a powdered wig, and I was like, let's go, boys. So Amber calmed me down. We go in there and we go to pay, and she was like, we prefer debit, not cash. And I said, I get it to tag office, I'll pay debit. And she goes, there's a $3 processing fee for debit. And I had to just start shaking.
That's funny.
So it was at that moment I realized I can't trust the government for anything.
They'll tax you to death. For every dollar I make, I think I get like 30 cents.
Yeah. It's something ridiculous. And I mean it's
it wouldn't be so bad. It wouldn't be so bad if we got the stuff we're paying taxes for.
Like I don't even I'm so upset about it, and it's so far upside down. Um and I know people listening to this are like, where's the nerd stuff? And this is involved in nerd stuff because I used to buy a lot of nerd stuff.
Yeah, I used to buy.
Yes. So you see all these books and stuff behind me. These are years and years of collecting. Now it goes to I get one book a month every 2 months.
Yeah, hobbying is hard now.
Hobbying is hard now, and like we used to be able to sit down, like I said, we used to be able to buy comics. Comics like $4 or $5 a comic book, and you're only getting 12 pages, and 5 of the pages are full art pages with BAMF written on the front. And you used to not worry about taking your lunch to work. Like, I just buy a lunch when I get there. I'll buy some snacks when I get there. Used to go to the movies without a care. You want pop? Get popcorn. Get the large. Get the large.
Yeah, it's hard times, man. It's
It's
hard times.
it, it's way different now, and that really affects. I used to buy video games all willy nilly. I would take risks on games, on movies, on books, on music that I didn't know.
Oh, now I gotta know that I'm gonna like it.
Yep, it's
Like
I could
I used to reviews. I used to like, I'll make my own opinion. Now it's like I don't want to spend money if I'm not gonna like it.
no, no, and I mean, and with books, as a writer and going through all this, it's definitely people come out and they go $1.99 for the digital copy of all four of his books. I don't know if it's worth the money. And I'm like, it's over 50 hours of reading. Like on audiobook, it's over 50 hours for like the first two or three books or something like that. I forget what the times were. And it's not worth $1.99. And they're like, I can't take a risk. Can't take a risk. It might be bad. And I can put that $1.99 towards something guaranteed. Like a Marvel movie.
Those aren't guaranteed anymore.
No, they're all terrible, except now I saw Guardians
I
3.
liked
I like Guardians.
him that much. I didn't like Black Panther that much. What else was there?
Doctor Strange.
Asian at all?
I haven't watched Secret Invasion, no.
I don't literally.
Is it really that bad?
It's really that bad, and I really hope that Marvel pretends it didn't happen.
Do you think we're getting close to the DC point where they're just going to say scrap it and let's redo it?
No.
You think they're too far? They're just going to keep running it.
Here's what's on the slate. Secret Wars is on the slate. Did you read Secret Wars at all? The old one or the newer ones?
So
That involves the end of universes.
yes.
They can end the universe.
So I read through the old one, and then what really got me into modern comics was Civil War, Secret Invasion, Dark Reign, Siege, Avengers
Yeah.
versus X-Men. I followed that line just straight on to morning. And then the multiverse got really weird, and I was like, eh.
It's still weird.
When you have 47,000 Iron Men, but in all these comics they look identical, but this is a whole nother dimension where instead of it saying Stark on the building with an R missing, it's Stark on a building with a K missing. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Man.
But yeah, so nothing's guaranteed in entertainment anymore now that there's a writer's strike too.
Oh, dude, that's been
And an
uh,
actor SAG after it.
yep, we've got a double strike right now. I think it's gonna stay until the first wave of movies and shows done by AI or done without writers releases. Because you had shows, the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, went ahead and wrote without the writers, and there was a couple other shows that did as well. I think everybody's just waiting. Oh, we're almost out of time on our Zoom. Um, but I think everybody is waiting to see what happens. If they're successful, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. They're not going to do it.
I don't think they will be.
Did you watch The Witcher 3?
No.
I I know you're supposed to separate the art from the artist and stuff, but you said you separated Henry Cavill from that. I'm
No.
done.
I haven't seen season 2 either, though.
The season 2 was good.
Yeah,
It
I
was
guess I'll.
really good. I mean, I recommend watching it, but just know you're going to be left disappointed because you're going to go, wow, I'm ready for season 3.
And then,
There is no season 3.
right.
No, that's not season 3 of The Witcher. Um, and man, spin-offs galore. I heard or saw the other day we're getting another Walking Dead spin-off. This one following Daryl.
Another one?
because you have The Walking Dead, you have Fear the Walking Dead, and I guess this one's supposed to be uh some I don't know what the time frame is, but it follows Daryl.
Oh, what? Well, there's another one that's following Maggie and Negan.
Really?
Yeah, they're looking for Maggie's son,
Oh,
Glenn's in New York.
I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, they missed the boat. The Walking Dead's over. No, there's no hype around Walking Dead anymore.
How long did you watch it?
I like when I waiting for it weekly. I stopped after the prison. Like I was like, I'll catch it next time. It didn't captivate me. I watched it a little bit more when Jeffrey Dean Morgan showed up as Negan because he just had the charisma and I liked him. But then the story, it's just,
Yeah.
the first episode was some of the best television I've ever watched. Um,
So
First
once they
couple just gold,
once
but
they started turtling up, and we're living on the farm, and now we're living in the prison and community and Alexander. I don't know. Something about a bunch of people walking through the woods, running away from zombies was just awesome.
yeah.
Something about watching people grow potatoes in their backyard. Just
Well,
didn't care.
the comics kept the tension and the drama of it entertaining through that. Um, but the show just couldn't. And then there were the outside aspects with actors and stuff leaving the show and arcs probably not getting finished and like Carl wasn't done and
Oh,
the little
Carl was the main character in the comics, right?
Rick got a little old and Carl took over and then they from what I heard they kind of the kid was he was about to turn 18 and he was going to be wanting adult pay and more money. I think that's why they killed him off.
No, you don't
Spoilers
say.
Dead, by the way.
He what?
Spoilers for Walking Dead in case
Oh,
anyone.
well, we're seeing. I mean, that's part of what the strike is going on right now. Is people are wanting to get paid,
Yeah.
um, and they're not getting paid.
Oh,
Um,
they're
and I,
trying to. The main sticking point on the actor side is that they want to have you come work for a day and then have the permanent rights to use your likeness for AI.
that's terrifying.
That's that's crazy.
And I know with writers, what the issue or one of the issues is that they would bring them in and you would write out TV episodes or movies or whatever it was, whatever media you're doing, and they would use it, and so you would get paid a portion of that episode to film it and everything, and then you would get royalties essentially. You would get every time a rerun came out, you got a little piece of the pie. um, but now everything's streaming and they don't pay per stream. So you're doing shows that get immediately picked up by Netflix or a movie that got bought out by Netflix. It used to be when movies released, people would go to the stores to buy those movies.
Yep.
Um, I don't buy movies that often anymore because they're streaming
Yeah.
and they're not getting paid for that. And writers were showing their paychecks where it would show like, hey, I've written 500 episodes, blah 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 blah, and it goes down like 6 pages, and at the bottom it's like 78 cents.
That's crazy.
So
Well, who Adam Conover is?
mm,
So he made a TV show called Adam Ruins Everything, and he used to write for College Humor and stuff. Um, but he is one of the figureheads for the Writers Guild, And he was saying that their agents, the people that represent them to these companies, are getting a cut of streams.
What?
The people that are representing them are basically getting paid off by streaming companies and producers. Yeah, it's a huge conflict of interest. And it's one of the main sticking points of the strike. So there, and the real big problem is they don't want to. If they were to pay the writers, they would have to publish the numbers on the streaming revenue, and they do not want to do that.
Because that's one thing um, I've wondered about. When you go and look at like Netflix or whatever, they'll say number one streaming across the platforms. This is our number one show, and it's a stupid woke show that nobody's watching. And then underneath it'll be like, oh, by the way, we released this big giant movie that's a multi-billion-dollar movie, and it's not even on the top 10. And I've always been like, how many people are actually watching this? Like, how many hours are being viewed? How many clicks is it getting? What are the numbers? Like, you think if you made a movie and it got 14 billion views, you'd show it like YouTube, like a little status bar or something.
You'd think they
But
don't want to know.
they don't want people to know because there's no checks on them. I can say this is the number one streaming show in the world right now.
You can, and I know they've done this because there are shows that no one has heard of that had no marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, the number one in streaming. This is trending right now. What?
Mm. Mm. I think we're gonna take a quick break and we'll come right back and we'll wrap this episode up.
Okay.
You ready? By the way, this week's episode is brought to you by me, Dragon Riders of Arvin, Broken Scale. Buy it. It's worth the $1.99. All right, worth the $1.99. All right, we'll be right back. We're back. Sorry, we took a little break.
I'm back from the other side of the country. Over here, beautiful bridge.
That's a beautiful. What is that? The Red Bridge?
Yeah, the Red Bridge. That's what it's called.
The Red Bridge. My goodness, Mr. Nick. But no, it's been some times. Side note: have you read anything recently? No, you didn't read.
I'm in the middle of reading Blood Meridian.
Blood Meridian.
I'm not reading any fantasy right now, especially dragon fantasy. It's kind of played out and
screw you. You know what? Screw you and what's her name? Rebecca Yaris. Fourth Wing.
Yeah, that got big pretty quick.
First of all, as a dragon enthusiast, it's terrible.
So if you like bleakness, and if anyone's familiar with Cormac McCarthy, you'll know that he is the absolute king of bleak hopelessness, which for some reason I just love
you just wallowing in it.
Yeah, because then when I put the book down, I'm like, hey, this is pretty good.
It's not that bad.
Good. But yeah, this one, there's a baby tree, and that's all I'm going to tell you about it. Good book.
So, and one more time, what book is that?
Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. The same author as No Country for Old Men and The Road.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got you. So, and I'm going to put this in the title. I did read Fourth Wing. I took a risk on a book I knew very little about that became a huge phenomenon. People were like, as soon as we got the books on the shelves, people were all over it. I follow a lot of our local bookstores, and they were posting, hey, got it back in stock. And then 30 seconds later, just kidding, sold out. And it's not very often I find modern books that they release a first edition, first print. And in a modern book where they've made a ton of copies, It's very rare that I see that book immediately jump up to $300, $400, $500 on the resale. Um, so I was like, wow, this is wild. And it's got dragons, so I'll read it. You know what the book has very little of?
What's that?
Dragons.
Yeah, they bring up dragons a lot.
So they bring up dragons, and spoilers for anybody who I'm going to try not to spoil. I'm just going to give air a few of my grievances. It was a fun read for most of it. The character has a physical disability, which was really cool. Dude, is gravity freaking out with you? Okay.
Good.
I like broken characters.
Mm-hmm.
I hate reading heroes that are Thor, that are 6 foot tall. Do what?
Unbreakable, just
Yeah.
yeah. The protagonist very human.
Very human. Well, she's got a physical disability. It's a muscle issue, where she twists her ankle and it like breaks her leg, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Um, and the book gave off some Divergent, Dauntless vibes. So extreme physical requirements, combat, all kinds of stuff. Did not play that big of a part with her physical disability. Kind of just we'll get stronger, you'll be all right, kind of deal. The dragons, very little description on the physical look of the dragons, but they also had this weird thing where she like named them, like this one's a red scorpion tail, and this one's a brown sword tail, and this one's a black mace tail. And she kind of alluded to their tails having like weapons or being in the shape of a weapon. Um, I didn't you didn't really get to see it, so I have no idea what the heck it is I'm looking at. And the dragons are sentient and can talk with the main character via like a mental link thing. So she gets her full grown adult dragon, and then the dragon flies off, and 80% of the time from that point on, they're just talking.
Right.
It's just a voice in her head. The dragon's not even there. He's on the other side of the campus doing something. Just a voice in the back of her head.
Hmm.
So like I say, it was fun. This is proof, 100% proof that a great marketing plan.
The way to go, right?
Way to go.
I
Way to
read
go.
chapter. Not for me.
Not for you.
Not for me. I love the world it built. It built a cool world. I wouldn't have ran my world that way, but
Well,
I think the story within that world is not for me.
so the world that was built seemed really cool.
Yeah.
We didn't explore it.
I think we will in the next one, from what I can tell, though.
I think so. It's kind of like, you remember watching and reading Harry Potter, and you first get to like Diagon Alley,
Yeah.
and you're like, whoa, this is neat, this is cool, this is cool. And they're like, yeah, but Hogwarts is just on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you just never go to Hogwarts.
So that is one thing. You, even though you plan on the book being a series, um, it is important that each book stands on their own.
Yes.
I think. I mean,
Well, I think that's the same for sorry, I'm moving a Bible over there. Well, I think movies should too.
yeah, for sure.
I can go watch Return of the King without watching The Hobbit and or the Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers and The Hobbit right in front of it.
Terminator 2, Judgment Day. You can just watch that. You don't. In fact, I sometimes recommend that you don't even worry about the first one.
Wow.
Terminator 2 is amazing.
It is a great movie. Dude, Disney, I don't know if they just got the rights to it or how that happened. I don't ask questions. But my child is in that Bluey addiction, and I've watched a few episodes, and I had to I had to stop because man, were they good. I just don't have time for another show right now. Um, but yeah, that theme song hits on, and we're all just dancing, just having a good time. And I went to go turn on, and it said, "Oh, new to Disney," and it had a bunch of just BS that nobody cared about. And then at the end of it, it said, "Oh, by the way, we got the rights to all 8 or 9 seasons of Home Improvement." And I was like, "Oh, we finished downloading."
Fox show.
Do I?
That was a Fox TV show, so
So I guess they just got it on Disney Plus. So we're on like season
that's
5.
a good show.
A good show. So that's what we've been trying to watch, a little here, a little there. Um, I like that. I don't know. It makes me feel like it's simpler times
Oh yeah,
because we're so
yeah.
old,
One income on a 3 bedroom house times.
man. And they're always like, man, we got to work on. Jill's like, I got to go get another job so we can afford, to live a little bit of better life. And Tim's like, yeah, I'm going to the hot rod store to go buy a 450 big block motor for the second hot rod I'm building in the garage. And she's
Yeah,
like,
they
okay.
they want to go on 3 vacations a year.
He bought season tickets to like the whatever team that they were on, and she was like, "All right, you can keep them, but maybe sell a few." And they're thousands of dollars, and I'm just like, I don't even know what that looks like.
Uh,
Oh, good times, good times, good times. Hey, you playing? What's the new game out? Baldur's Gate.
yeah, I played it. I made my character and did a. I'm in the first quest, really.
You
I
think?
the I went ahead and just made my favorite Dungeons and Dragons character that I've used. Because I'm cheesy like that.
Wait,
And
you made your character?
well, I have 10 Dungeons and Dragons characters. I just picked one
Oh,
because I liked him a lot, and his build was just good anyway. But he's an Eldritch Knight. It's a fighter
hmm.
subclass. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna make an Eldritch Knight, I might as well just make Gil. His name's Gil.
Okay.
But I think that I'm gonna play as a douchebag, chaotic, evil wizard. My next playthrough, just pick all bad options and just be an absolute a hole to everybody.
You need to be a wizard and just put everything into physical strength,
Yeah.
so you can just beat them with your magical staff.
There's an anime. Oh man. When this posts, I'll have the name of the anime and I'll put it in the description of this video. There's an anime that's basically the story of Harry Potter.
Mm.
The main character doesn't have magic. He's just really strong. He solves everything by brute punching and strength that's so powerful that it seems magical. And I
they
know
can't they can't get into the door, and they're like, "Aloha more," and he just douche.
that, yes, like I sure that happens. So I gotta
Oh,
figure out the name of it. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but we will put it in the description of the video.
here's the thing: in real life, right? When we were growing up and when we were in high school, we thought quicksand was going to be a big deal.
That was gonna be
Uh, yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a problem. Like you were just gonna walk outside and be like, "Oh, look, a little patch of sand. Oh, it's quicksand in my backyard." Um, there were a lot of issues that I thought were going to be just major, major issues, and my teachers convinced me that me not knowing what a squared plus b squared equaling c squared meant, I was never going to go anywhere in life because I didn't
yeah.
know for sure what that meant. Um, I have discovered brute force solves like 90% of problems.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Working in an auto shop for a while made me believe that yeah, that's what we do.
And not just that, in everything we do. The machine's broken. Did you try smacking it?
Did you hit it hard?
How many times has that worked?
More got a lot. More times than it hasn't.
So turn off, turn on,
Hit it.
unplug, wait 12 seconds, hit it.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those will work.
One of those will work. If not, you got to fill this form out and you got to explain how your Facebook got hacked and then loop it back around.
Yeah. That's usually how that goes.
My goodness. My goodness. Nick, it has been great to see you. I haven't seen you in months.
It's been literal years since I've seen you. So
Yeah. I hope you have a good time on your vacation at the Red Bridge.
oh thanks. Yeah, I live here now.
Right there on you looks like you're on a hill. Like you're just like a hobo.
No, I am in the sky. I'm in the air right now.
Oh, you gotta
Yeah.
do one of these.
And below me, this is I'm floating. Okay.
Fantastic. I'm sitting surrounded by books.
Nice.
Oh, did you see Amber got me this thing? Oh crap, where'd it go? There it is.
Oh,
That sucker.
was that a heart?
So it's a heart. Let me see. Hold on. Wait. Oh, I can't get over there to turn that other light off. Get a little darker. Um, wait. And so it glows red. If it was darker, you could see it. I'm sorry, it's not dark, but oh, you can kind of see. We painted all of this. It's a ceramic thing, and the brush we use put thinner strokes in it, so it looks black, but it looks like it's got muscle tissue, and the red light glows through it. So,
Well, you seem really proud of it, man.
well, she got me that and a unicorn skull.
That's good. Good.
Are you
Um,
telling me that you don't shop for spooky stuff for your home decor?
I don't. My wife does
Man, I love this stuff.
around, which I'm sure you do as well.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And she got me this as well.
Yeah, all of our throw pillows and blankets are all skull and coffin themed. Yeah, we didn't. It wasn't just a phase for us in high school, you know.
No, I
We
like the spook.
having to dress differently for jobs, but the goth is still there.
I like to wear cheap clothes that I
Oh,
find at the Goodwills.
thing. What
She just materialize.
crazy?
Most of my clothes come from Goodwill because cheap.
Right.
So
And goth clothes are not cheap.
no. We went to Hot Topic a while back, and Amber was pointing out she used to wear those big trip pants.
Yeah,
And she was like, I used to wear those. And I was like, man, you look so cool. You're the coolest mom ever
$9.
for a pair of pants.
Yeah. What are they? It was like the chains are made of actual silver. Yeah,
These are werewolf pants.
these are to help us fight actual vampires instead of the ones we're pretending to be.
Oh, it's terrible. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
The light here in San Francisco. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you all good night.
So, to all those that have been waiting eagerly for a new episode, you're welcome.
You're welcome. I'm Nick.
And I'm Nick. And don't forget, Dragon Riders of Arvin.
You're welcome.
Bye. You're welcome.